Today I'm going to introduce myself, plan for the future, and announce the leadership. This is the table of contents. Hi, I'm Wonji So. I'm 30 years old. I'm in my third year of college. Family of six. I'm the oldest of four children.
Same.
And my hobby is watching travel YouTube, and I wanna go to many countries. Through school and church programs, I have been to Indonesia, Philippines, Paraguay, and the United States.
Wow. Get that.
I don't have a clear goal right now, but my dream is to have a job where I can live my whole life through various experiences. I'm going to give you a leadership lesson today. This this book was developed to help people succeed. In order to succeed in life, relationships, equipping, attitude, and leadership, the book says you need to learn skills in these four areas. Did you know that each of us influences at least 10,000 other people during our lifetime? So the question is not whether you will influence someone, but how you will use your influence. This book is designed to help you develop your leadership ability and increase your personal and organizational success. Whether your desire is to build a business, strengthen your children, or reach the world, the first step in achieving it is raising your level of leadership. Leadership ability is the lead that determines a person's level of effectiveness. To give you an example, if your leadership rates an 8, then your effective, effectiveness can never be greater than a 7. If your leadership is only a 4, then your effectiveness will be no higher than a 3. In 1930, two young brothers named Dick and Maurice moved from New Hampshire to California in search of the American dream. They had just gotten out of high school, and they saw huge opportunities back home. So they headed straight for Hollywood, where they eventually found jobs on a movie studio set. After a while, their entrepreneurial spirit and interest in the entertainment industry prompted them to open a theater in Glendale, a town about 5 miles northeast of Hollywood. But despite all their efforts, the brothers just couldn't make the business profitable. So they looked for a better business opportunity. In 1937, the brothers opened a small drive-in restaurant in Pasadena, located just east of Glendale. As people in Southern California became more dependent on their cars in the 30s. Drive-in restaurants sprung up everywhere. Customers would drive into a parking lot around a small restaurant, place their orders with car hubs, and receive their food on trays right in their cars. The food was served on china plates complete with glassware and metal utensils. Dick and Maurice's tiny drive-in restaurant was a great success, and in 1940 they moved the operation to San Bernardino, no? A working-class town 50 miles east of Los Angeles. They built a larger facility and expanded their menu from hot dogs, fries, and shakes to include barbecued beef and pork sandwiches, hamburgers, and other items. Their business exported annual sales reached $200,000, and the brothers found themselves splitting $50,000 in profits every year, a sum that put them in the financial elite. By 1948, their enthusiasm told them I keep going. Sorry, they eliminated the car hub, started serving only work-up customers. They reduced their menu and focused on selling hamburgers. They eliminated plates, glassware, and metal utensils, switching to paper products instead. They reduced their costs and the prices they charged customers. They also created what they called the speedy service system. Their kitchen became like an assembly line where each person focused on service with speed. Their goal was to fill each customer's order in 30 seconds or less, and they succeed by the mid 1950s. Annual revenue hit $350,000, and by then Dick and Maurice split net profits of about $100,000 each year. Who were these brothers? On the front of their small restaurant hung a neon sign that says simply McDonald's hamburgers. Dick and Maurice McDonald had hit the Great American Jackpot, and the rest, as they say, is history. The history. It's true that the McDonald brothers were financially secure. Theirs was one of the most profitable restaurant enterprises in the country, and their genius was in customer service and kitchen organization, which led to a new system of food and beverage service. In fact, their talent was so widely known in food service circles that people from all over the country wanted to learn more about their methods. At one point, they received as many as 300 calls and letters every month. That led them to the idea of marketing the McDonald's concept. The idea of franchising restaurants had been around for several decades. To the McDonald brothers, it looked like a way to make money without having to open another restaurant themselves. In 1952, they tried it. But their effort was a dismal failure. The reason was simple. They looked the leadership necessary to make it effective. Dick and Maurice were good restaurant owners. They understood how to run a business, make their systems efficient, cut costs, and increase points. They were efficient managers, but they were not leaders. Their thinking patterns clumped a lead down on what they could do and become. At the height of their success, Dick and Maurice found themselves smacked up against the law of the lead. In 1954, the brothers hooked up with a man named Ray Kroc, who was a leader. Kroc had been running a small company he founded which sold machines for making milkshakes. McDonald's was one of his best customers, and as soon as he visited the store, he had a vision for its potential. In his mind, he could see the restaurant going nationwide in hundreds of markets. He soon struck a deal with Dick and Maurice, and in 1955 he founded McDonald's system incorporated. Kroc immediately bought the rights to a franchise so that he could use it as a model and prototype sell other franchise. Then he began to assemble a team and build an organization to make McDonald's nationwide entity. In the early years, Kroc sacrificed a lot. Though he was in his mid-50s, he worked long hours just as he had when he first got started in business 30 years earlier. He eliminated many fields at home, including his country club membership, which he later said added 10 strokes to his golf game. During his first 8 years with McDonald's, he took no salary. He also personally borrowed money from the bank, and against his life insurance to help cover the salaries of a few key leaders he wanted on the team. His sacrifice and his leadership paid off. In 1961, for the sum of $2.7 million, Kroc bought the exclusive rights to McDonald's from the brothers, and he proceeded to turn it into an American institution and global entity. The lead in the life and leadership of Ray Kroc was obviously much higher than that of his predecessors. In the years that Dick and Maurice McDonald had attempted to franchise their food service system, they managed to sell the concept to just 15 buyers, only 10 of whom actually opened restaurants. On the other hand, the leadership lead in Ray Kroc's life was sky high. Between 1955 and 1959, Kroc succeeded in opening 100 restaurants. 4 years after that, there were 500 McDonald's. Today, the company has opened more than 21,000 restaurants in no fewer than 100 countries. Leadership ability, or more specifically, the lack of leadership ability, was the lead was the lead on the McDonald brothers' effectiveness. The higher you want to climb, the more you need leadership. The greater the impact you want to make, the greater your influence needs to be. Whatever you will accomplish is restricted by your ability to lead others. Let me give you a picture of what I mean. Let's say that when it comes to success, you're an 8. That's pretty good. I think it would be safe to say that the McDonald brothers were in the range. But let's also say that your leadership ability is only a 1. Your level of effectiveness will look like this. It's possible that you could make it to that level, though the law of diminishing returns says that your success will increase only to a certain point, after which it fails to increase in proportion to the amount of work you put into it. In other words, the effort it will take to increase those last 2 points might take more energy than it did to achieve the first 8. But you have another option. Let's say that instead you work hard to increase your level of leadership. Over the course of time, you develop yourself as a leader, and eventually your leadership ability becomes, say, a 6. Visually, the results would look like the chart on the opposite page. by raising your leadership ability without increasing your success dedication at all. You can increase your original effectiveness by 500%. If you were to raise your leadership to 8, where it matched your success dedication, you would increase your effectiveness by 700%. Leadership has a multiplying effect. He has seen its impact over and over again in all kinds of businesses and non-profit organizations. Leadership ability is always the lead on personal and organizational effectiveness. If the leadership is strong, the lead is high. But if it's not, then the organization is limited. That's why in times of trouble, organizations naturally look for new leadership. When the country is experiencing hard times, it elects a new president. When a church is floundering, it searches for a new senior pastor. When a sports team keeps losing, it looks for a new head coach. When a company is losing money, it hires a new CEO. To reach the highest level of effectiveness, you have to raise the lead of leadership ability. Whenever Don Stephenson, the chairman of Global Hospitality Resources Incorporated, whenever they came into our organization to take it over, they always started by doing two things. First, they trained all the staff to improve their level of service to the customers. And second, they fired the leader because if he'd been a good leader, the organization wouldn't be in the mess it's in. It's the law of the lead to reach the highest level of effectiveness. You have to raise the lead one way or another. The good news is that getting rid of the leader isn't the only way. Just as he teaches in conferences that there is a lead, he also teaches that you can raise it. Today I talked about why we need to improve our leadership. That's it for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Because of that, let's give Wonji-san, Wonji-chan a You're the Hope Club. 5, 6, 7, 8. You're the hope of Japan. Thank you so much. Question and answer portion, just stay there.
Can you summarize what
Sorry to
a little bit sleepy
I know.
after eating big eating last night? I couldn't sleep so much.
She was
Drink
talking.
coffee. What is Don and Dick and Morris? What
Those
is the
are-
kind of episode?
They
The
are
story
like
of
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
They're the brothers.
Two brothers, right?
Yes.
It's my first time to know.
McDonald's is now successful in worldwide. I see. What is the kind of keyword of Wonji's presentation.
Leadership and ability.
Effectiveness.
Effectiveness.
Like success, dedication versus leadership ability. She's talking about the law of the lead. Law of the lead.
So today Wonji is usually you take a picture in the textbook, you read, right?
Yes.
And then for your audience not to make sleepy, you need more exhibition, summarize해서 그 key point를 보여줘야 돼요. Sometimes you need to show some graphic because people draw more attention. Because while you are reading, we are just nothing 이렇게 just playing on. Instead 그림도 들어가고 조금 이렇게 이미지너리 그런 프레젠테이션이 필요해요. 그림도 들어가고 앞으로는 그렇게 좀 해주시고 프레젠테이션을 자꾸 해야 돼요. 실수하더라도 완벽하게. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
I have a question.
Oh, wow. Yes.
You said,
Mhm.
can you go to the work? You said, I forgot what like give me just an example of the work that you want to do. Because you said
You want, I want to.
yeah, your dream is to have a job where I can live my whole life through various experiences.
Yes.
What kind of job is that?
이제 그 중에서 선택을 해야 되나요? 여러 가지 잡이 있는데
네.
various experience.
What kind of experiences? What
근데
kind
이제
of job?
원지 씨가 30대가 되기 때문에 20대 때는 여러 가지 경험을 했었는데 for example, you are young in 20, you can try different kind of job for experience purpose, but you are 30, you have to select your area specific, and you have to develop your own career path, which path, 어떤 일을 하면서 앞으로 할 거냐. 거기에는 usually the job should be enjoyable, that you feel value, that kind of job. 어떤 일을 함에 있어서 이것은 내가 즐겁게 좋아하는 일이고 내가 인조이 할 수 있고 또 가치가 있다 이렇게 생각되어지는 잡을 선택을 해야 되는 거예요. 그래서 생각하고 있는 잡 어떤 분야에서 일하고 싶다 그런 거 있어요? 원지 씨?
근데 그렇게 많이 찾고는 있는데
네. 쉽지는 않아요.
확정이 안 되니까 이제 발표하기가 좀 껄끄러워서
경험을 일단 많이 하면서 그걸 찾아가야 돼요. 앞으로. 그리고 이제 우리 시스터들도 결혼을 하고 가정을 가지고 물론 sister, woman has more kind of burden because woman has another responsibility to give birth children and their maternity blessing. Of course, in the family, father also have to involve to raising children. 그렇기 때문에 usually women lost time and that develop your own career experience. So, but it is in the future now almost all the women have their own profession and job and they want to continue to develop. 여자들도 계속 직업을 가지고 계속 자기의 경력을 쌓아가야 되고 발전시켜야 되고 발전시키는 게 세상에 지금 트렌드가 돼 있어요. 여자라고 해서 집에서 우리 my mother's generation woman just stay at home and then take maternity. eh? To take care of children and raising children. It was enough, but father, man, should work and support, financially support family. But now is trend change already. Yeah.
Aju.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.